Governor Ron DeSantis says consecutive record-breaking days means the coronavirus is spreading. So this morning, a closer look at who is spreading it and where you now have to wear a mask, hopefully to stop it. Plus, it is going to be a hot first full day of summer here. Meteorologist Natalie Ferrari has got your Father's Day forecast. That's in just a moment. And this is no ordinary cleaning job. A team of veterans suit up to clean up the Circle of Heroes. It's Sunday, June 21st, 2020, and you are up on the bright side here on 10 Tampa Bay. Happy Father's Day to everyone out there. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Josh Sidorowitz. Let's take a live look out, see how things are shaping up this morning. A view from Bayshore Boulevard in Tampa, courtesy of 10 Tampa Bay photojournalist Deb Whiteside. Some people out there, I'm sure, getting their run on or their jog on, or they're going to be sweating like crazy. Meteorologist Natalie Ferrari tracking some. Did you say it's going to feel like 100 degrees? What?
Feel like the triple digits.
Nope.
Yes, absolutely. We have all that heat overhead. This is why it was very easy for me to stay inside yesterday and get so many errands done, even within my home.
Another day, another record-breaking number of new cases of coronavirus here in Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis says that he doesn't want to roll back phase 2 of reopening, but he says the virus is spreading. And I mean, look, Florida reporting more than 4,000 new cases just yesterday. See that blue line on the end here, and that black dotted line, that's our 14-day moving average. That line is supposed to be decreasing for 2 full weeks before moving to any next reopening phase. Obviously, it's not. Taking a closer look at testing, specifically the percentage of people testing positive, you can see that has now climbed to more than 12%. This time last weekend, it was at just above 5%. The positive rate is another key indicator for reopening. The CDC and White House say that we should be able to increase testing without seeing that number go up before we move further. So with those numbers climbing, some places are now requiring that you wear a mask. And if you have questions about that, you can text the word mask to the number there on your screen, 727-577-8522. We will send the information straight back to your phone. Here's a quick overview of where things stand. If you're in Tampa and you're out in public, or you are anywhere where you can't stay 6 feet apart, you must have a mask on, or you could be fined for it. There are some exceptions if kids are younger than 2, or if someone has an existing medical issue that a mask could pose some problems. They do not have to wear one. St. Pete also has an order in place, but it is for employees when they are in an area around customers in a business. More counties and cities say that they could wind up passing similar mandates here as we move into this new week. So at this point, every major health organization, from the CDC to WHO, the Mayo Clinic, they all say that face coverings reduce the spread of germs. So we were curious, whether you're required to or not, how often are you wearing one when you leave the house? Open up your free 10 Tampa Bay app right now, scroll down to the As Seen on TV section, or go to 10tampabay.com/vote and let us know. And while you do that, we wanted to take a deeper dive this morning into why masks matter. So a mask can prevent you from spreading germs to others, especially in cases where you're sick but you don't know you're sick. Studies show that even the most basic of face coverings, when they are worn properly, can reduce the velocity of air flow that's coming out of your nose and your mouth and keep it from shooting out toward other people. Experts at the Mayo Clinic say a mask can also provide the person wearing it extra protections as well.
They are not.
Well, so we also asked doctors at Tampa General Hospital, and they agree. They say if 2 people are standing side by side and one is infected with COVID-19, the lowest probability of transmission happens when both people are properly wearing a mask. Now, if you live at St. Pete, you can pick one up for free at several locations across the city. Here they are listed on the screen. It includes the Boyd Hill Nature Preserve, the Imagine Museum, and PSTA's Grand Central Station. You can pick up a mask during each of those businesses' normal hours while the supplies last. In the city of Tampa, they handed out more than 76,000 face coverings yesterday. They are being handed out every day now from 8 in the morning till 5 in the evening at 5 different sites, including the new Tampa Community Center. If you have a business, you can request masks online through the city's website for you to pick up. And we have a list of all of these locations across the Bay Area posted right now on 10tampabay.com. All right, so how often are you wearing one when you go out? Sometimes, always, never? Right now, it's looking like 62% of you saying always, 14% at sometimes, and 24%, that's ticked up since the last hour, saying you are not wearing one when you go out. We're going to continue to check back in on your answers throughout the broadcast. You can also continue to vote throughout this broadcast. All right, and to get all that information we just went over sent straight to your phone to review it, if you'd like, you can text the word mask to the number there. We will send you back a link showing which areas have the mask mandates and, again, where you can pick one of those free masks up if you need one. Major League Baseball closing its spring training facilities due to coronavirus is now impacting some local graduation ceremonies. Polk County announcing that it is now moving its ceremony for Monday because Publix Field has been shut down. Ceremonies will now be held at Lake Gibson High's stadium. Earlier this month, Governor Ron DeSantis announced plans to get kids back to school, potentially starting as soon as this summer. So now parents in some districts, you can give your input, but you're running out of time to do that if you'd still like to. In Pasco County, they are asking families to choose from 3 options: in-person classes, an at-home version of the normal schedule, or some kind of flexible option so students can work at their own pace. Parents, you have until July 1st to do that. Pinellas County, they've got a survey for parents to help the district decide on how to move forward. That is due by tonight. Hillsborough and Polk schools are offering both in-person and online classes here this fall. Well, last summer, the Circle of Heroes was unveiled in the Gulf of Mexico. It's a dozen statues that honor the men and women of our military. It happens to be the first underwater dive memorial in the country. They still look great, but they could use a little scrubbing here. So, 10 Tampa Bay reporter Bobby Lewis is on the road in Clearwater, where veterans from across the country came together to help clean up our heroes. Why don't we go a little sci-fi here? You ever thought about life beyond planet Earth? Well, scientists say there could be dozens of alien civilizations living not too far from our planet, and some might even be advanced enough to communicate with us. Yeah, scientists at the University of Nottingham estimate that there is a minimum of 36 such civilizations in the Milky Way galaxy. They could be thousands of light years away, though. That would make communication, of course, difficult. Scientists say searching for intelligent life among the stars can give us insight into what it will take to keep us alive. Well, the truth is out there somewhere.
Dun, dun, dun.
Little X-Files action for you this morning. I feel like we got a lot going on here on planet Earth right now. I'm trying not to get too caught up with.
I know. My brain can't go beyond the atmosphere too much at this point. Look at that. My dog already is leaving the room. She's like, I'm over it. What are you guys talking
I've
about?
heard enough. President Trump back on the trail, holding his first rally in months in Tulsa, despite coronavirus cases increasing in that state and elsewhere. Plus, masks are mandatory now in more places across Tampa Bay. So, what happens if you choose not to wear one? And before you book that vacation rental, your health might not be the only thing you should be considering. You are up on the bright side here on 10 Tampa Bay. Oh, this might be a nice place to spend your morning. Live look along Bayshore Boulevard in Tampa. Thanks to 10 Tampa Bay photojournalist Deb Whiteside out there. Man, she's all over the place this morning. It is Sunday, June 21st, 2020, Father's Day. Thanks for waking up with us here. I'm Josh Sidorowitz in studio. Got my partner in crime, Natalie Ferrari, forecasting from home.
Josh, it's not a bad morning to hit the ground running and take advantage of all the sights here in the Bay Area.
Yeah, do it before you melt later on in the day.
Yeah.
Or I melt.
What's your favorite word? Combust?
I combust. I do. I spontaneously combust in this kind of heat.
Yeah, we're getting to that kind of weather. That's how I gauge just how uncomfortable things are going to be weather-wise, is just how much Josh disappears by the time we get to the end of the afternoon.
Well, if you have got questions about masks and where you now have to wear one of them, we've got some answers for you. You can text the word mask to the number there on your screen, 727-577-8522. We'll send you a link back with the latest updates. We also want to know this morning whether you're required to wear them or not where you live. How often are you putting one on when you leave the house? You can vote right now through the free 10 Tampa Bay app or on 10tampabay.com/vote. You can see 61% of you saying you are always wearing one now when you go out. While you vote, let's bring in 10 Tampa Bay reporter Liz Birch. So, Liz, where do we have to wear one and who has to wear one? So with those mask orders in mind, what is safe to do this summer? We asked Chief Medical Officer of one of Tampa General's urgent care centers, Dr. Paul Nanda. He looked at the risk of getting coronavirus doing some different summer activities. So, for example, going to the pool, going to the beach. He says your risk there is low. There is no evidence that the virus can spread through the water, and as long as you're keeping distance from others and you're wearing a mask when you can't do that, you should be okay. If you're staying in a rental home or a hotel, your chance of getting sick is a little higher there. Dr. Nanda says private rentals through Airbnb or VRBO likely have fewer guests with more time between their stays than a hotel would. He says the common areas are going to be the highest risk zones there. Now, your chance of getting coronavirus goes up even more if you, say, want to go to a theme park. He says it's harder to social distance there. Yeah, you wind up touching a lot of surfaces that probably a lot of other people have touched too. So far, Busch Gardens and Adventure Island in Tampa are open. Legoland and Universal Studios in Orlando also open. Disney World is going to start reopening next month. Your highest risk level, though, that comes from doing things, he says, with more than 10 people, like going to a wedding or a graduation party. Dr. Nanda says being in a smaller group outside, that will significantly decrease your risk. Of course, the doctor recommends wearing a mask and washing your hands in all these situations. Some doctors say traveling shouldn't even be a priority right now. So, all right, we mentioned vacation rentals a little while ago, and could be a great option if you want to maybe get away, but you don't feel comfortable traveling very far right now. I mean, after all, we do live where everyone else vacations, right? And in pretty much every county here in the Bay Area, vacation rentals have been approved to reopen. You can see them listed right there on the side of the screen. But something to think about, your health might not be the only thing you should consider before you book. Cybersecurity expert and founder of Cyber Scout, Adam Levin, up with us early this morning on Brightside with a few things to keep in mind so you don't get scammed. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Josh. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for waking up here with us. All right, so with COVID now in mind, what are some specific things that we should be watching out for before we book that rental?
Well, the first thing you should do